main group. So the purpose of this is to check your expectations. Is one of the
Sorry, Neil. Your voice is bad. So
everybody. Okay, so the purpose of this is actually to check the expectations of people in the class about what you understand about the topic. So if you remember in effective communications message delivery, and in crafting your message as well, and in building the foundation, we talk about the audience, okay? And we talk about what the audience is going to do. Why isn't that working? Okay, come on. Okay, right, can everyone hear me?
yeah.
Yes, good,
yes, we
great,
can hear
good.
you.
Good. Okay. So one of the points of this was to check your expectations of the course and your understanding. So if you remember for message delivery, we talk about knowing your audience and the expectations, and that comes up in crafting your message and building a foundation as well. Okay. So this is actually a check to understand your assessment of what you think the characteristics are of a persuasive presenter. Now we've got lots of groups. Okay. So in each of the groups, you're only going to have a minute to do this. So group number 1, you're going to go first. We had 9 groups. Group number 1, are you ready?
Yes.
Great. Your minute starts now.
Okay, a good presenter to us is able to present himself very well by having an enthusiastic aura, a smiling face, able to deliver clear message in a simpler form. Of course, he must be able to connect and interact with the audience and giving positive vibes, having great tone of voice, and having good communication skills and empathy, which is he will be able to interact with the audience. Thank you.
We can't hear you, Neil.
What about now?
Yes.
Group number 2, are you ready?
Yes, we're ready.
Right, your minute starts now.
Characteristics. I can't say that word. Confident, body language, energetic, fun, reasonable and humble, trustworthy, discussion of abilities, focus, be able to use the proper emotions, passionate, and a leader.
Excellent. Well done. Okay, group number 3, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Go.
Okay. This is JCI Effective Kumar, room number 3, having Fuchena and Shakil as a members. And the characteristics are knowledgeable, should be knowledgeable of his or her work, confident on his subject, clear in communication and subject. Audience should be able to understand his or her language, should be able to motivate his audience, and final, the smile. That's it. Thank you.
Excellent. Well done. Group number 4, are you ready?
Yes, we are ready.
Great. Your minute starts now.
All right. So an effective, persuasive presenter should have confidence, good attitude, good communicator, strong body language, good voice, powerful voice intonation, good handling of arguments, engaging, clear mind, determined, knowledgeable, focused, and results oriented. That's all.
Excellent. And that was, that was fantastic. Thank you. And that was under 30 seconds as well. You guys are doing great. Well done, everybody. I think it's group number 5 now. Group number 5, are you ready? Right,
we are ready.
Your minute starts now.
Now, characteristics of a persuasive presenter: he has to be confident, trustworthy, carry charisma, have the calmness, and be able to control the room, and have adequate knowledge of the topic he's talking about. Thank you.
Fantastic. Well done. Okay, group number 6, are you ready?
Ready.
Right, start now.
So we believe that a good presenter, a persuasive one, is someone who is in control, someone who can distinguish and present even in the presence of different behaviors, and someone who is authoritative. We also believe that a persuasive presenter is someone empathetic, someone who can show sympathy, someone who can show sympathy, and someone who is logical, consistent, and rational. Thank you.
Logical, consistent, and rational. Love it. Okay. Group number 8.
Seven.
7. Group number 7. Are you ready? Hello, group number 7. Are you ready?
Nail, actually, I want to share PPT. Is it possible?
Hello, I'm going to stand up for number 7.
Okay. Group number 7. Ready, set, go.
Okay. Our persuasive presenter has to be impressive, clear, an expert, convinced, impactful, aggressive if necessary, charismatic, creative, decisive, organized, enthusiastic, listen and connect. And he has to show good body language, adequate vocabulary, clean presentation and clothing. That's it for us.
Fantastic. Well done. Okay, next group, please. Are you ready?
Yes, this is from Group 8. So we think yes. So a good presenter should be confident, should be cheerful, as well as should be intelligent as well, so that people will kind of believe in what he or she says. And also he or she should be flexible and open-minded person too.
Fantastic. That was very, very good. Very good. Right. I think we've got one more group left to go, and then we are all done. So that's group number 9.
Yes, but I want to share PPT, but not able to share.
That's nice. You can share a presentation at any time, my friend.
Okay, host disable the participants and screen sharing.
You should be able to share the presentation, my friend. If you get stuck, let me know and I can assist you. So you should be able to share the presentation at the bottom. If you look at the bottom, you should be able to share it. If not, let me know and I can help you, okay?
Okay. But here, not able to share, but anyway, no issue.
Okay, so I'm not sure what's happening there, my friend, because it's been set up that everybody can share. So let me see if there's anything else I can do, okay? Won't keep you too long. Okay.
Okay,
right.
no issue.
Characteristic
fine. Characteristic of a perceptive presenter has. We are room number 9, and we are 3 participants. That are Saravanan, Han Soryo, and Sandeep Wag. And the characteristics are presenter should be knowledgeable, should use emotional triggers time by time, should be more confident, with a pleasant gesture, and he should be credibility. Over to you.
Excellent. Excellent. Well done. That was very, very good. Well done. Thank you, everybody. That was great. I was very, very happy with all of that. That was very good. Very good. Okay. So, hopefully that gives you all an idea about what to come up with. Somebody shared a file as well for characteristics. That's wonderful, and for chat function. Thank you. That's so kind of you. I really appreciate that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run fantastic in terms of a great opening for us all. So, the objective of this course today is to learn the principles of persuasion, master techniques of problem solving, manage participant. We've got a gremlin. We've got a gremlin in the system. Hold on. Okay. Okay, we're going to learn the principles of persuasion, master techniques of problem solving, and manage participants' questions when executing high impact presentations. So this is going to be quite interactive. Thank you so much so far for interacting with me. That is very reassuring. I do understand if people's Wi-Fi goes or they lose connection, but hopefully we can impact and be as involved with each other as possible. Okay, so we're going to learn the principles of persuasion, master techniques of problem solving, manage participant questions, and whilst executing high impact presentations. Okay, so we're going to go through persuasion, the 6 principles of persuasion, problem solving, managing questions. Okay, part of having the great skill of being able to present effectively is to be able to help manage the audience questions. Okay, and then finally, we're going to talk about a high impact presenter. Okay, so what is a high impact presenter? Okay, so what you want to think about is, for persuasion, what do we mean by persuasion in presentations? Okay, it's on the next slide, has the answer. So if I go to that slide, we're going to be jumping over. So we want to think about what is the relationship between persuasion and a presentation. So in a presentation, who are you trying to persuade, and why are you trying to persuade them? Think of it this way. Persuasion is a way of changing somebody's viewpoint, okay? You're going to persuade somebody to accept your viewpoint. What you want to do is you want to think about how are you going to get somebody to agree with you? How are you going to get somebody to agree with you? So what I want you to do is, in the chat function, please put how you are going to get somebody to agree with you. I'm going to post it as well. How would you get someone to agree with you? Okay, so please post in the chat function how you would get somebody to agree with you. So make it relatable, empathy. What's in it for me? Great. By win-win situation, by providing data and stats of a similar kind. Great. By telling facts, being logical, presenting facts and only facts, stating facts. Good. I like this. Is great. This is great. Any other contributions? Reciprocating. Yes, that's a very good idea. Listen to their viewpoint and use that to help them. Yes, that's very good. Present information in an agreeable format, supporting his or her emotions and fact-related info. Excellent, excellent. Dates, data, factor, real descriptions, references, and supportable reasons. Excellent. I'll listen to their point and provide a different alternative. Excellent. These are wonderful contributions. If anyone else has a contribution, please put it in the chat function. Focus on what the other person will gain and benefit. Yes, that's very important. If you think back to the types of presentations and for sales presentation, you want to explain the benefits. Empathy. Yes, that's a very good point as well. Agree to disagree. Yep. Okay. These are fantastic ideas. Thank you, everybody, for your contributions. So, how do we persuade people? First, get a clear understanding of their knowledge, beliefs, and positions regarding the subject. Then share mine whilst acknowledging them. And then find the common points we share as a start to turn him or her in my side. Excellent. Studying their thoughts and talking as per their personality. Excellent. Excellent points. So persuasion is a process of modifying behaviors or changing attitudes through the use of arguments. This is where you address the cognitive component. And emotional triggers, which is where you're addressing the emotional component in the context of your communication plan. We've got be credible, be authoritative. Excellent. Okay. Persuasion is the process of modifying behaviors or changing attitudes through the use of arguments and emotional triggers. So your argument, your facts, which a lot of you talked about, that addresses the brain's cognitive function. Okay. And then the emotional triggers address the emotional component of the brain. Okay, so you want to appeal to people's facts and the use of arguments. Okay, so their logic, but you also want to think about people's emotions as well. Okay, what you want to think about, and a lot of you mentioned this, is you want to listen to the person's point of view, show that you respect their opinion. You then want to explain your point of view. Your point of view should be centered on the concept that a presentation is intended to sell the idea, the product or service. So your presentation should be convincing enough to generate decisions in favor of their proposal. Persuasion within the presentation should be one of the main factors, because that's going to help change what the audience think. And what you want to think about as well is we talk about knowing your audience. You want to know your audience in advance, so you know what their preconceived ideas and opinions are. And then you want to be able to take your presentation to change their belief or reinforce their beliefs. Okay? Great. So, you've got your argument, which is the cognitive component, the emotional trigger, which is the emotional component, and that's how you change attitudes and behavior. What do we mean by this? Well, cognitive components are the reasons. So over here, the argument over here are the reasons, okay? So we don't mean argument as in argue somebody and shout at them, okay? We mean explain the reasons why, okay? So the reasons are the first bit, okay? You should do the reasons first. So that's the reasons why the product, service, or project should be acquired. So your reasons, for example, within JCI could be the reasons to join JCI as a member, or the reasons to renew your membership, or the reasons why somebody should sponsor your project. Okay, so your reasons go over here. Then you add in the emotional component. That is linking the audience emotional interests or benefits. So your reason to join JCI may be, well, you should join JCI because of the professional development and leadership opportunities. Okay. The emotional trigger would be, I joined JCI and 1 year later, I got a promotion at work. Okay. She gave people the reason, which was the professional development, and then you gave people the emotional. Somebody said relate to real life experiences. Yes, that's a very good point. Well done. Okay. So you think of the facts over here, then you add in an emotional trigger as well, and that's how you change that's how you change the attitudes and behavior. So the cognitive component is the argument factor using the data, the facts, real descriptions, references, supportable reasons. Emotional triggers are developed through the connection between dialogue linked to past situations, words or event for listeners encountered, provoking perceived perceptions and possible future realities. So again, over here, this is about getting people to think about it in more detail. You give people the data, the facts, and then you give people the emotional reasons. You take this together, so the argument and the emotional trigger, and that's how you change attitudes and behavior. So, how do we do it? I told you there's lots of activities in this training. So learn the different elements of persuasion used in each type, okay, and how to use them. So if you remember in message delivery, which a lot of you just took now, okay, but if you remember in message delivery, there's different types of presentations, okay? Now, for the benefit of some of you, you weren't in for last training. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull up message delivery again, okay? So that you remember what just so that everybody is on the same page of understanding. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go back to message delivery. Okay, in message delivery, you've got sales of products or services, decision making, progress report, and orientation lectures. Okay, so you've got sales of products and services, decision making, progress reports, and orientation lectures. In Teams, you're going to think through how you would persuade people. So team number 1 is going to do sales of products and services. Team number 2 is going to do decision making. Team number 3 is progress reports. And team number 4 is orientation lectures. Okay. So as a reminder, sales of products and services. What do we mean by that? Sales and products and services are there to generate credibility, demonstrate the benefits of the service or product, open a gap, generate interest, motivate buy-in, have a call of action, reduce the risk by explaining the benefits, and close on a high note. Okay, decision making, you're going to have a course of action for situation, outline the criteria and priorities involved, present 3 possible options, show a comparison, give recommendations, highlight a specific option to choose, and initiate specific actions to take. Progress report, you give a status update and any deviations and report for the active projects, summarize the purpose and methodology of the project, outline topics to be resolved, suggest actions and requests, and define responsibilities and set deadlines. And then orientation lecture, transfer knowledge with impactful content, give support materials, include short activities to get people to learn, challenge the audience, and close the presentation on a high note. Okay, so for sales and products and services, you describe the topic of the presentation and what's being presented. With your forecast, you describe to the audience what will happen, and then your proposal, you tell them what the benefit of the product or service is. In the decision-making one, your context or your structure is you describe what the problem is to be resolved. The proposal is you state how you're going to resolve it, and then you have the goal, which is to focus on the importance and purpose of the decision. In progress reports, the context is describe the situation with figures and facts. The goal is to remember the goal that should be achieved compared to the current situation. And then your proposal is to give proposed recommendations. And then the orientation lecture, your context is illustrate the situation in where the knowledge can be used. The proposal is review tools to enable personal actions and performance. And then the goal is to communicate the expected behaviors. Okay. So what you're going to do is I want you to develop a list that outlines both the argument and the emotional trigger. Okay. So the argument and the emotional trigger. So here, the argument and emotional trigger. I want you to be creative with the content of the presentation. Okay. And you want to focus on persuasion. So group number 1, you're going to focus on the persuasion of a sales presentation. Group number 2, you're going to focus on decision making. Group number 3, progress report. Group number 4, orientation lecture. Okay. You're going to have 10 minutes. Okay. You're going to have 10 minutes in your group to come up with what your persuasion in your presentation is going to be your time is up. You're going to come back in and one of you is going to present. Okay, so you're going to have 10 minutes to do this. One of you is going to present and you're going to have 3 minutes to explain about how you're going to persuade people. Okay, and then we're going to talk about that. Okay, now it's very important that you all understand what is happening and what I'm trying to achieve here. Okay, it's very important that we all understand what's going on. So I want to make sure that everybody fully understands what I am doing. So if anyone has any questions, please ask them in the chat function or ask them now.
So, Neil, are we going to be the ones to identify our specific topic as long as we...
It sounds like... I'm sorry, my friend. Could you explain that to me a little bit more? You're going to be put into your groups, and I'm going to tell you which group is doing what topic. But how can I help you achieve your goals?
So, for example, if I was assigned to a group orientation. What are you also going to tell us which specific topic are you going to focus on?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so the topic is JCI membership. Okay, so hopefully, and the last course we talked about JCI membership. One of the things that your trainer should have done, if you weren't in my last training, but you've done the other parts of effective communications, was they should have linked it back to JCI. So yeah, it's going to be surrounding JCI membership. Okay, so group number 1 is JCI membership. Group number 2 is JCI membership. Group number 3 is JCI membership. Group number 4 is JCI membership. Okay. Any other questions at all? Okay. It's that. Okay. Is there a question there, my friend?
Yeah. So
Great.
Sales presentation, JCI membership. How can that be a subject? For
The subject is
orientation
JCI
or decision making, it can be possible. A progress report, how much that is possible. But selling the concept, is that a subject?
Yes. Yes, my friend. Part of being a JCI member is recruitment. So
Yeah,
you should be able to sell the benefits of JCI to another member.
So it is a convincing. Okay. Persuasion,
Yes.
of course. Okay.
Yes.
Great. Thank you.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Are there any other questions at all before I put you into the breakout rooms? So just as a reminder, group number 1 is sales of products and services. So you're going to sell JCI membership. Group number 2 is decision making relating to JCI membership, and group number 4 is an orientation lecture by JCI membership. What you're going to do for your 10 minutes is not put together a presentation. You're going to think about what parts of the presentation are going to use arguments. So facts, figures, data. What parts of the presentation are going to focus on emotional triggers? So the emotional feeling of getting people to respond to what you want them to do. Okay. The whole idea is to persuade an audience of your view. Okay. I'm going to start putting you into your breakout rooms. Okay. So breakout rooms. We want to recreate your breakout rooms. You're going to be in 4 breakout rooms. There's going to be a lot of you in there. You are being popped into your breakout rooms now. So pop into your breakout rooms. I'm going to broadcast the messages as well.